Hello G35 owners, we have the G35 Z1 Motorsports cold air intake and we're going to show you how to put it in. First of all, we have everything kind of laid out here. So we have our inlet tube, which is really been well thought out by the engineers. This little sort of step and lip which doesn't cause any turbulence, explained in another video of ours. We've got our midsection of our pipe, our box, enclosed box, and our velocity stack air filter. So really we're going to just pop this one together. This is a DIY job. It's not too hard if you have some basic tools and a bit of time and a weekend. So yeah, we're going to get stuck into it. Okay, so first step is we're going to get our filter, and a little prerequisite here, we have already installed our little mounting tabs here, so that's pretty simple. This is pretty self-explanatory for the most part, but for the bulk of it, we're going to explain it. So firstly, I like to try and get most of it built up and ready to go. Grab our air filter, and it's that easy just to slot in there. Pop that one in. Muscles. Yeah. All right. So now that the air filter has been popped in, we're going to move back to the car. What I like to do is remove the MAF sensor, and this is going to make it easier towards the end of the install, and we'll pop it in now so that all we have to do is just clip it in. You have to fiddle with any screws or bolts underneath while it's in the car. So let's head to the car and remove our MAF sensor. Now remember boys, it's not about the size of the tool, it's how you use it. You know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna get this first screw. Actually, let's undo the plug first. Get that out of the way. Push the tab down. Move him out of the way. And this is a security Torx bit, by the way. So just keep that in mind. It does have a little hole in the way. And we're gonna use that one in here. And look at all that gunk and grime. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, New Jersey. Pretty gross. And loosen that one. I'm just gonna get access to this other one down the back here. There we go. Easy. Now you see with the small tool, much easier. It's better in fact. You don't need a big tool. Small's just fine. Okay, and be very careful not to lose that one. Pop him there. If you do lose one of these screws, you don't have to worry because we provide you with new hardware. But just in case you want to keep your stock parts, try your best not to lose it. All right, there's our MAF sensor. Okay, so we have our MAF sensor, and remember, it's very important that this only goes in one way. The way to tell which way it goes is by looking at the MAF sensor, and there is a hole which will catch the air and give you the reading. So, once this is lined up, get it all ready, go, okay, my air is coming through the air intake, up the pipe, so it must catch the air into the hole. So it'll go in this way, so to speak, all right? Or you could even just say it's facing away from this pipe. Bang, just like that. And it'll catch the air and give the car the reading it needs to see. The gasket goes in here. Okay, and he slides through like that. Gasket, plate, sensor, bolts. You don't have to go crazy tight with this either. You know, just hand tight, nothing silly. That's made our job a lot easier. Okay, next step, if you want to be a little proactive and get ahead of yourself, we can just pop this onto our airbox. So it's as simple as just lining it up. Once again, the engineers have thought of everything for you. They've placed a little sort of step again within the side, the filter, so this pipe can't go too far. It'll sit perfect in the engine bay. And bang, that easy. And then I like to leave everything sort of a little bit loose. What that does is just allows for a bit of movement when you're installing it, and then just do a once over, a full tighten of everything once you're done. So I'm just going to tighten this a little bit, not too much. It just allows for a little bit of moving around. Let's go ahead and uninstall our stock intake. So the very first and easiest part of this is removing our engine cover. There is 4 10mm nuts, and we're just going to remove those. And just be careful of your Z1 oil cap, which you should have installed on your on all your cars, everything, even if it's not a Z. Put it on your lawnmower or weed whacker or whatever you want to. Put it on your Tesla. It's a good spot for it. Okay, so next step, we're going to remove part of the stock airbox. We're going to take off at the throttle body here, and that'll then give us access and ease of access to take off the PCV breather line. So get this one here. Crusty New Jersey, rusty grossness there. All right, and then we're just gonna pull this one back. Okay, great. Now this is giving us some more room for the breather. You can try and remove it now with a pair of pliers, or we can keep going and you know, remove some more components to get better access to that. You know what? It's probably easier just to pop these out, lift the whole thing up, and get to your breather that way. Just get our little tools here. Pop up these clips. Oh, just like that. That'll do. Pop it straight out. I think a flat blade screwdriver would work just the same as well. Now I believe this is a 10mm right here. A rusty 10mm. Oh yeah, this is good fun. Man, I just love Northern cars. So easy to work on. You know, adds a bit of character. All right, cool. So the MAF plug's out the way. The intake is now loose. We're gonna just sort of slowly lift this one up, which gives us access to our breather pipe here. Oh, well, he just came straight out. Oh, and he just came straight out. Alrighty. Oh, pop him off. Oh, look at that oil, kids. That is your common rocker cover gasket leak right there. Hey, why don't you guys comment below if you want to see a future video on this. Poor Dan's car needs a bit of love, been a bit neglected. So yeah, comment below if you want to see this one, you know, a whole video on itself. All right, so we grab our pliers next, and we're just going to move this aside, clamp this one down, move it down, and then just gently try and remove this breather pipe. Bang, easy peasy. And the intake's out. This might be a good time to mention, higher mileage guys, the PCV hoses do go brittle. So we do sell on z1motorsports.com our 350Z style PCV hose. As I said, they get brittle, they get old, and you know, upon removal, you could possibly break it. So the upgraded silicon 350Z version is also a bit of a slimmer look. It'll just clean up the engine bay even more. So just a notable mention. Now don't get caught in a checkmate and forget to install your chest pieces, as the engineers like to call it. Pop these into the bottom, and they're going to fit into the OEM
Today, Junior?
To the OEM rubber grommets. This is super easy job. Locate the holes, screw it in. Too easy. And again, hand tight, or you know, if you want, there is an indent here for you know, tightening with a spanner maybe, but you don't have to go over the top with these. Alright, so another little PSA. Some of you guys may have a air baffle here. On our testing car, I don't think we had one. This one does. So what I found is just pulling backwards and up, and a good amount of strength, and then just moving it out of the way between our wiring harness here. It does pull out, and we're out. So yeah, just a heads up. I think this may even just be one of those snow catchers here. I don't know exactly what models they do and don't come in, but just a little PSA heads up. You could have one in your car. Pull back, lift up, lots of strength. Good luck. Okay, so now we are ready to pop in our cold air intake. Again, nice and easy. Just pop it down here. We have a little locating chest piece tabs, and we're just gonna slowly slide this one into place. Now, it also might not be a bad time to clip in your MAF sensor so you don't get a check engine light, and even try and slide in your PCV hose while you're here. So I'm gonna do it now. It's up to you if you want to try and struggle and find the MAF sensor, but I'm gonna do it while I have access and clear view. Boom, easy peasy. A top tip is leaving these little tabs a bit loose. Just gives you a bit more wiggle room to install the locating tabs here. You can re-tighten them afterwards. They're really easy to access, but don't go too tight, as you know there's a little bit of movement as we're installing. So unfortunately, Dan's car has thrown another curveball at us today. He is missing one of the bolts, which is in this slot here. It is imperative to have a bolt that will hold down this pipe, especially as we do have the stock PCV hose sort of pushing it up a bit. But yeah, once we have this here, we want to flip this one upside down, so to speak. So this is facing flat and down, and we're just going to put our screw, which we found here, and tighten this down. Again, you know, don't go too tight. A little bit of movement would be good. So right before the last step, and then once we're finished, we just go over every single bolt and make sure it's all tight and happy. Okay, last step, we're gonna pop on our little elbow pipe, and again, just a reminder, we do have our little lip in here, so you can't go too far. It's almost impossible to mess up. And yeah, we're gonna pop this one in now. This looks so ugly and rough. Okay. Twisty, twisty. And we're in. Done. Now, just be sure to feel around the back here that the pipe hasn't collapsed on itself, causing a bit of turbulence. So I just like to feel, and then just twist it into place. Pop our clamps in and tighten it down. Good to go. Cool. Well, we're pretty much at the end of this job. I'm gonna pop our clips and our engine cover back on, and we're done. All right, guys, we're done buttoning this one up, and the last step is to enjoy it. If there's anything you're looking for your G, head on over to our website, z1motorsports.com for all your OEM and aftermarket needs.